Girl Scout Cadet Badge, Netiquette, Page 1. Our digital world makes it easy to stay in touch and share friendships, memories, and ideas, but we've all heard embarrassing stories in which people wish they'd never hit the send button. Once you've put it out there, it never goes away, but you can use that to your benefit too. This badge is all about knowing how to make positive choices in the online world. Steps. Step 1. Explore oops and wow moments. Step 2. Dig into stories of ouch and repair some hurt if necessary. Step 3. Look at email, commenting, or blogging. Step 4. Decide what makes a great social media profile. Step 5. Spread better practices. Purpose. When I've earned this badge, I'll know how to make and keep my online world a positive place. Page 2. Tips before takeoff. Whenever you do a choice that involves going online, do so with a trusted adult and be sure to sign your internet safety pledge before you begin this badge. Grab your journal and get ready to gather tips for your own list of netiquette rules to live by. In steps 1 through 4, you'll create your list of tips, and in step 5, you'll share them with others. Step 1. Explore oops and wow moments. Oops, it happens every day. Somebody hits send or posts something that causes anger, hurt, or embarrassment for herself and others. To kick off this badge, explore the impact of an oops. Look for the wow moments too. Online communications can cause as much good as not so good. Add to your list the tips you find on avoiding the oopses and increasing the wows. Choices. Do 1. Brainstorm some oops and wow tips with friends. Spend at least a half hour sharing these two kinds of moments. Those you've heard about from friends or family, or those you've read about. Then, discuss what tips you can learn from these real-life stories and add them to your list. For more fun, survey your friends and family before your discussion and bring the stories they share. You could also do a survey in class or at lunch, asking for anonymous responses. Or interview someone with a job that involves sending lots of emails. Find out their stories of oops in the workplace. What happened and what were the consequences? Do they have any tips on avoiding the oops moments? Ask for an on-the-job moment when digital communication has caused good. For more fun. It's hard to tell the tone of a message when you can't hear someone's voice. Read an email out loud 3 times, using a different intonation each time, such as friendly, angry, or busy. Does it seem like a different message each time? Brainstorm ideas for adding emotional cues to written messages so they come across as wow instead of ouch. Or read 4 published stories. First, find 2 stories about people who've sent or posted messages that caused hurt for themselves, for others, for family, or for their job. What have those involved learned? Now, look for 2 stories about how online communication has caused good. Ask a librarian for some recommendations if you need help finding stories. Page 3. Step 2. Dig into stories of ouch. and repair some hurt if necessary. Take a closer look at how online communications can be misunderstood, resulting in some ouch moments. Texting and IM, in particular, can be culprits, since it's so quick and easy to send a message. As you do one of these choices, add to your list of netiquette tips. Choices. Do 1. Go through your last 50 texts. Quiz yourself about each one. Are there any you feel ashamed about sending, or might have caused hurt? Would any cause hurt if they got forwarded? And would you be comfortable saying each thing to the recipient's face? After you review, clear the air with a live conversation if necessary. Or interview a psychologist, guidance counselor, minister, or expert in emotional health. Find out how they've seen digital ouches impact young people. With this expert's guidance, brainstorm with your group to get ideas for helping people stop these behaviors and for helping someone who's been hurt by them. Add the ideas to your netiquette list. If this process makes you realize where some miscommunication might have happened in your life, take this chance to clear the air. Or start a kindness practice. Every day for 2 weeks, go out of your way to send a message via text, email, or social media praising others for something well done. Notice how other people respond and use that information to add tips to your list. This is a great chance to repair some ouch moments in your own life, if any have cropped up. Page 4. Step 3. Look at email, commenting, or blogging. Everyone uses the internet in their own way. You may post a lot of comments, belong to a gaming community, have your own blog, or share information in tweets or via email. Do the choice below that's most relevant to your net self. Use what you find out to add to your netiquette rules. If you're in a cadet group, share your new tips with them. Choices. Do 1. Get into email etiquette. Email is used for business and more formal online communications, and being able to use it considerately and correctly is an important part of your online persona. You'll want to know how to be effective when you land that first internship. Give 5 business people the email etiquette quiz on the next page to find out what they prefer. For more fun, create a top 10 list of email do's and don'ts to share with your online network. You might forward it to those who are interested. Or find your best commenting voice. At best, threads of commentary following blog posts or social media profiles can be like a Q&A session after a long talk, offering more ideas or support for someone's accomplishment or idea. At worst, they're places for people to have fun at others' expense. In the middle ground are comments like, cool, they're positive but don't encourage discussion. Find 5 examples of useful comments and 5 not so great comments. Review them. What do they have in common? What rules would you add to your list about useful commenting? Or good net sportsmanship. Poll gamers about the kind of online sportsmanship they like to see. You might look at recent articles about gaming etiquette for ideas. Then Add some tips to your growing list. Page 6. Step 4. Decide what makes a great social media profile. Consumer organizations find that teenagers tend not to use privacy settings on social media sites wisely. Often, it's because they assume the information is for friends only. That's true only if you set it that way. Then, there's the issue of whether friends of friends can see your info, and if you want them to. How would you feel if you went on a friend's Facebook page and saw she posted "bored to death right now" while she was hanging out with you? Use the questions in the sidebar to guide you in this step. Choices. Do 1. Discuss some character profiles. Before a meeting with your cadet troop, have everyone create a pretend social media profile for a character from a book or movie. Use the same template for everyone. Decide beforehand which bits of information to include. Think up some good and not so good ideas to share in your character's profile. At your meeting, discuss each, and come up with do's and don'ts for creating social media profiles. Or get feedback on a profile of your own. Create a profile you might use for an online group. Then ask for feedback from friends your age, older girls, and adults. If you already have an online profile, use this choice to ask for feedback on your profile. Then edit it with advice from others in your network. Or read 3 stories that discuss profiles. These could be personal or news stories about creating them, choosing pictures for them, what they say about you, or how companies use them for hiring. Add some tips to your rules to live by, and then use the advice to edit or create your own online presence. Tip: if you create a personal profile in the choice you pick, you don't need to post it to complete this step. Page 7. Step 5. Spread better practices. Chances are you've got a lot of notes after the last 4 steps. That's a lot of great advice to share with others to help them stay safe, sound, and successful online. Spread the word about best practices in Netiquette through one of these choices. Choices. Do 1. Make it a pledge. Turn your tips into a Netiquette pledge. Sign the bottom to commit to putting the pledge into action and to inspire others to do so. Then share it with friends, family, teachers, Girl Scout friends, anyone in your community, both online and offline, who could benefit from your insights. For more fun, take the best of everyone's list and merge them together to make a team list with your cadet troop. Share as a group too. Or edit into a top 10. Review the tips you've gathered and see if they fit into larger categories. Can you edit them into 10 top rules? Then add some pizzazz. Include art, stories that illustrate your points, anecdotes, anything that will help others understand why each tip is important. Share your list in a slideshow, blog post, social media posting, PDF to an email network, or another appropriate way. Or Present it. Find the common themes in your tips and turn them into a fun monologue, scene, or skit to capture on video and post on an online community. Or present it as an in-person skit at a school or Girl Scout event, or in a puppet show for a younger audience. If you've earned your screenwriter or digital movie maker badge, you could use your skills here. This concludes the Netiquette badge.